Let's move to this now. And Numsa is picketing at Denel's head offices, demanding that workers who haven't been paid yet receive full salaries. Denel is one of the state-owned entities in financial trouble. eNCA's Heidi Giokos is tracking that story and joins us now for an update. And Heidi, a statement a short while ago from the Department of Public Enterprises saying that they are sympathetic and deeply mindful of the plight of the workers. You would think they're talking about the SOE where you are, which is Denel. They're talking about SAA, but the issues are exactly the same.
Yes, indeed, Tulas. Earlier on, I actually tweeted and said that it's another day, another picket at another SOE. Basically, workers are asking for more or less the same and addressing the same issues here at Denel. They are asking for their salaries to be paid in full. They're also asking for the retrenchment process to be withdrawn. But Denel, it's in a very difficult situation due to the fact that they did not receive any financial assistance or any bailouts in the medium-term budget policy statement earlier this year. Finance Minister Tito Mboweni did not allocate any funding, so it's a bit of a difficult one. But we are joined by the Group CEO of Denel, Talib Sadiq. Thank you so much for your time. We really do appreciate it. I think let's just start off. You have a very serious and difficult situation on your hand with workers picketing outside, demanding for their full salary, making some serious allegations with regards to the board and corruption within Denel.
Good day to you, Heidi, and good day to your viewers. I think from the Denel perspective, we are obviously very sorry to our employees where we were not able to honour their full salaries. It's something that the board and management are working tirelessly to resolve. We are engaging with a number of stakeholders. Our big focus is to create a sustainable Denel. So whilst we are looking at the short-term major issues, we are also looking at how can Denel be relevant to South Africa going forward. Denel was created over 30 years ago. The focus then was largely to meet the defence requirements of the country. We do understand that there's a major role Denel can play in terms of growing the manufacturing base of our country. At the moment, manufacturing makes up about 12% of our GDP, and we would like that to increase in order to achieve the overall economic growth. We are moving to a technology-enabled environment, and Denel plays a key role in promoting and growing future engineers and scientists. So that's been our focus. Our board recently had a strategy session where we looked at how could Denel position itself for the business of tomorrow.
Okay, so that speaks to dealing with the future of Denel, but the workers here have expressed serious anger with regards to how they were not informed or they have no understanding as to why some workers got 100% of their salaries and others did not. And workers are saying that they should not be bearing the brunt of bad and poor decisions from Denel, and they should be suffering for this. So is there any way that you can explain to us what went wrong and why workers have not been paid?
Yeah, the mistake we had made in the past is that we are cost-driven, and what we are doing is we are in a transition to become more client-driven. And hence we find some employees that have been able to earn a bigger share of their salaries because we are dealing with clients' monies. We are involved in projects that are both short and long-term projects. So when a client does give us monies, they would expect that cash to be used for the particular projects we are busy with. So in the past, we were pulling that cash and we were then using it for other purposes. So this is something that's not right. You know, from a moral obligation to our clients, we need to ensure whatever monies we receive from our clients is used for the particular projects. So some of our clients include the South African Air Force, where it's an essential service. They need their aircraft flying and serving their mandate. And in the past, we were not able to honor that because we're using the cash for other purposes. And driving efficiencies is a big focus for us, and to make Denel globally competitive, and importantly to be a reliable supplier to our customers.
Okay, you are in a difficult position because Denel has not received any financial assistance from National Treasury. Would you say that there is a lack of support from government for this state-owned entity, and this is possibly why you find yourself in a situation where workers are picketing outside, they have not been paid, and you are also in a position where you are planning to cut a number of jobs?
Yeah, the support we've got from government is really great. You know, in terms of the medium-term budget framework, we were not expecting any cash because we hadn't requested. So we are having discussions with our shareholder ministry, which is public enterprises. Focus for us is to make Denel competitive. And there are inefficiencies. We do have a bloated cost structure. Unfortunately, employees do represent a big part of our cost base. And we need to look at how do we drive efficiencies and grow productivity.
Okay. You're also facing court action. We understand that has been postponed, but we understand that 2 unions are asking for their salaries to be paid, worker salaries to be paid. Again, it leads to why you have Numsa here today, and on Wednesday you had Solidarity here.
That's right. So on Wednesday we had Solidarity and UASA. They represent about 25% of our workforce. And yesterday we had a court appearance at the Labour Court, where it has been postponed to next year. We will be addressing those issues. We do not believe we are in contempt of court, because we've been acting in the best interest of the company, and nor has the board been willful in not paying employee salaries. It's just that we find ourselves in a very inefficient we saddled with legacy structures, and we need to change all of that, and hence we are in this transformation process to see how could we improve our relevance to a broader stakeholder environment in South Africa.
Okay, and then just lastly, the unions here have given you a deadline. Are you going to be able to pay their salaries? We're moving into a festive season, and many want what they believe is rightfully owed to them.
Yeah, so we are meeting a portion of the salaries, in some areas a significant portion. The memorandum did identify a number of other issues as well, which we will respond. There is a timeline within which we will respond. We would be looking at working with organised labour to see how could we turn around Denel for the benefit of all South Africans in a sustainable way and not be dependent on government bailouts.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. We really do appreciate it. Tulis, there you have it. I think just some clarity with regards to the financial position that Denel finds itself in, and whether or not workers will get what they are demanding for. There are about 3 or 4 demands on that list, asking for the withdrawal of the Section 189 retrenchment notice, and also to be paid fully. So, as I mentioned earlier, another SOE in a serious financial situation with workers demanding to be paid.
Yeah, absolutely. Swept up in this tsunami of confusion and instability at those state-owned enterprises there, Heidi. Thank you for that update, talking to us from the Denel head offices there. eNCA's Heidi Giokos. Look out for more of her reporting on that troubled SOE.